What if I told you the wildest Rolling Stones album wasn't recorded in London or LA, but in a sweaty, crumbling French basement, fueled by chaos, secrecy, and non-stop temptation? Exile on Main Street was more than an album. It was a boozy, law-dodging fever dream where music and myth bled together and danger lurked behind every riff. Every session was a gamble. Mysterious tapes went missing. The police were always watching, and half the time nobody knew who would walk in off the street to record or raise hell next. Some songs came together in a haze, barely remembered, saved by cassette demos, or left behind for decades as rumors swirled about what or who ended up on the final cut. What really happened when the French police raided those legendary sessions? Stick around, because this is Exile on Main Street. 10 shocking secrets you never knew. 1. The shadowy guests who took over the basement. Deep in the sweaty basement of Nelcode, the Stones' recording sessions turned into something far beyond music rehearsals. A revolving door of mysterious faces, drug dealers, hustlers, freelance musicians, and rumored fugitives wandered in and out. Some were invited, others just appeared, feeding chaos into the sessions. The basement became a melting pot of wild conversations, experimental instruments, and drunken rants that somehow found their way onto the tapes. Entire song sections were improvised by these passing figures, ghosts in the music whose identities vanished after the session. This unpredictable parade turned Exile on Main Street into a sprawling sonic collage, capturing the raw energy and lawless spirit of the villa itself, making it unlike any other rock record. 2. The Vanishing Master Tapes Mystery. As if the sessions weren't fragmented enough, crucial master tapes mysteriously disappeared during tumultuous times. Some claim they vanished in the chaos of a police raid, others whisper sabotage by insiders, and some even speculate the band deliberately hid or destroyed tapes to dodge legal issues. Left scrambling, the Stones had to patch the album together from cassette demos, rough mixes, and whatever fragments they could find. This patchwork creates a fascinating alternate history. Die-hard fans still hunt for lost recordings that might rewrite parts of the album's story. What lost gems linger in the shadows? Could whole unreleased songs and unique takes still be hidden somewhere, waiting to reshape our understanding of Exile? Three, a hotel turned studio, where midnight madness broke loose. Exile wasn't born in a high-tech studio, but carved out of a crumbling French seaside villa bursting at the seams with unrest. The band converted rooms and hallways into makeshift studios. Cables sprawled across cracked floors, amps buzzed with faulty wiring, and leaks caused water to drip into critical gear. Nights merged into mornings, with neighbors complaining about the non-stop noise and eccentric guests. Wild parties fueled late-night recording sessions that veered into near chaos. At one point, French police raided a party, forcing panic and scattering the crew. The decaying villa was more than a backdrop. It was part of the album's DNA, bathing every note in a haze of real-life risk and frenzy. 4. The ill-fated romance behind locked doors. Amid the haze of cigarettes and booze, a complicated personal drama simmered beneath the music. Keith Richards and Anita Pallenberg's fiery relationship, already intense, was pushed to breaking by jealousy, infidelity rumors, and constant proximity. The villa served as a pressure cooker of passion and betrayal. Known for volatile arguments and on-again, off-again moments, their relationship laced Exile with a raw, emotional undertow. Every guitar solo and vocal wail sometimes reflected real heartbreak. Listening closely, fans can sense the ache and tension. The album carries more than rock and roll. It's soaked in the complications of love and pain. 5. Lost in translation. Lyrics shrouded in midnight codes. The Stones were masters of subtlety, but on Exile, their lyrics took on a cryptic, almost conspiratorial edge. Hidden among rebellious anthems and blues tales are verses rumored to reference drug deals, illicit meetings, and whispers of band fallout. Inside jokes, veiled warnings, and coded language created a puzzle for devoted listeners. Combine that with the enigmatic album artwork filled with symbols and cryptic images, and you get a layered experience that invites endless analysis. Did the band intend their music as a message only insiders could decode? The shadowy clues deepen Exile's mystique beyond its sonic power. Six, The Silent War, band turmoil beneath the music. Beneath Exile's loose grooves and swagger, a silent but fierce internal war raged. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards sparred over creative control, song choices, and personal priorities. The fragile peace meant members often recorded separately, avoiding shared studio time. Flashes of anger, exhaustion, and frustration occasionally exploded in the sessions, creating an edgy atmosphere. Even collaborators felt the tension, which lent an uneven but compelling texture to the music. This simmering conflict gave the album its jagged energy, proving that sometimes rock's greatest art comes from friends barely holding together. 7. Strays, Shadows, and Studio Mischief. The villa was crawling with more than just bandmates and official guests. Anonymous musicians slipped in for impromptu jams, background singers shouted for fun, and uninvited visitors sometimes joined recording takes or wandered through rooms mid-session. Ambient sounds like clinking glasses, hushed laughter, and unexpected harmonicas blended into the album, adding an unpredictable, almost ghostly quality. Parts of the album feel unfinished or slightly off, capturing genuine moments rather than polished takes. That means Exile has hidden phantoms in its sound, a mysterious crowd woven into the band's rebellious anthems. 8. Sketchy studio tech and makeshift magic. The recording gear was rickety at best. The band patched amps with tape, mic cables frayed and sparked, and the mansion's creaking pipes leaked into live takes. Instead of fighting these limits, the Stones embraced the rawness, letting background noise and technical glitches become part of the album's character. Doors and windows left open let in street sounds. The haphazard cable rigging introduced static and feedback. Instead of perfect studio sound, Exile pulses with alive imperfections. This rough-around-the-edges approach gave the album a unique personality, unpolished and unpredictable, the perfect soundtrack to a band living on the edge. 9. The mysterious woman whose whisper haunts Tumbling Dice. Listen closely and you'll hear it. A soft, sultry female voice woven into Tumbling Dice. For decades, fans debated who it was. Eventually, it surfaced that Patricia de la Fuente, an American artist visiting Nelcote, lent her backing vocals. Official credits omit her name, adding to the track's mystique. That whispered contribution adds a secretive, almost ghost-like flavor to one of the album's most memorable songs. It's just another example of the uncredited magic hiding beneath Exile's layered soundscape.
Help you through. Try to stop the wave.
10 From Chaos to Classic, How They Escaped the Edge. Finishing Exile on Main Street was a battle against exhaustion, legal troubles, and band turmoil. Tax exile forced them away from home. Police raids interrupted sessions, and wild parties threatened to derail the project. Despite it all, the Stones emerged with a sprawling double album that captured the rawness, rebellion, and romance of that fraught time. It's a miracle Exile exists, and an even bigger one that it became a masterpiece. The album stands as a monument to rock's ability to turn near collapse into immortal art.